What's going on, people? Glad to be back. Hope you had a great week. This is Gerald Jarman, your host, founder of Jarman International, as well as Nothing But Next. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm excited, as always, to bring you something positive, bring you some content that will uplift you, but also challenge you and prepare you for your future. Okay. So in this month, the month of December, our theme is His promise, your reward. Okay. His promise, your reward. And on Monday, I kind of talked about some things as far as the journey, understanding the journey, understanding the process, but keeping in mind that there are certain relationships, okay, that you're supposed to embrace en route to fulfill your destiny. And so hopefully you got something out of that. But now we're to a new day, okay? It's a new day, Thursday, and I want to provide you something that's going to take you into your weekend. And I'm going to advise you, grab a pen and paper, grab a pencil, grab something to write with, take notes. Taking notes is very important in terms of being able to rehearse something, but also too going back to it. So if you're like me, whenever I hear something, that's great, it's powerful, hearing a speaker, whatever, it's hard to retain everything. Okay, so a lot of times I'll grab a pen and paper and write it down. Okay, so today I want to talk about, and again, this is to leaders, mentors, those who have those type of roles and opportunities. This is for you. And as I said on Monday, there's somebody that looks up to you. Okay, whether it's a little brother, little sister, neighbor, maybe you have a co-worker that listens to you and follows your advice. But everybody has somebody, I'm sure, that is depending on you. Okay? Whether you have a title or not. Leadership is not about titles. Leadership is about influence. Okay? And so I'm talking to you today because you have a platform. Now, today is geared towards understanding as a leader your position and the power of what you have been given from God. Now, what am I saying? Okay, there's a word I want to use that illustrates what you've been given. Okay, and that word is stewardship. Okay, the word is stewardship. What is stewardship? Okay, I have a definition I want to read to you. The job of supervising or taking care of something, such as an organization or property. Okay, I'll read it again. What is stewardship? The job of supervising or taking care of something, such as an organization or property. Okay. Another translation or another definition involved managing. Okay, managing something that you've been entrusted with, managing something that you've been given. Okay. So, what am I saying as far as entrusted? God has entrusted you with certain things. Okay, as a leader, He has a plan for you. He has an ultimate plan for you. Okay, that involves certain promises that will eventually impact certain people. Okay, now, in order to fulfill your destiny, there are certain people that are waiting for you. Okay, in order to reach your destiny, which involves people, all right, in order to spread your wings and be all that God has called you to be, to reach your full potential. I'm sure all of you want to reach your full potential. You want to maximize what you've been given. Okay, you need to understand the word stewardship. And there's 3 areas that you have to be a good steward over. Okay, there's 3 areas that I'm going to talk about today. Hopefully I can get to all 3. You know how I can get some time. Once I get to talking, I may stay on one area too long, but there's 3 key areas that you are called to be a steward. No matter if you're a CEO of a company or if you're just an employee of this company, if you're working here, you're working there, you're just a stay-at-home mom, you stay-at-home dad. What I'm trying to paint a picture of, no matter what your walk of life is, no matter what your vocation is, no matter what you're doing, there's a certain calling, there's a certain gift and talent and calling that you're supposed to provide for society and the earth before you leave here. There's a certain calling that you have before you exit, okay? I want to speak to that calling. I want to speak to that destiny. I want to speak to that thing that makes you come alive, the thing that you're passionate about. I want to speak to that, okay? There's three things you got to understand, okay? Areas of stewardship that you have to manage if you want to see that come to fruition. The first area is you must be a good steward of time, okay? Time. We must be a good steward of time. What am I saying about that? God has given all of us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, okay? He promised, this is a simple promise, but profound. We all have 24 hours in the day, 7 days a week, okay? Here's the thing. You must be effective. You must make good use of your time. That's called time management. Some people are very gifted and talented. Some people have great ideas, okay? Some people can light up a room. Some people have the gift to change and bring, new ideas and new concepts. But this area of time gets away from them. So therefore, they may not never accomplish anything, okay? Or they may not accomplish all that they should because they haven't learned or mastered the stewardship of time, okay? And I'll say I've been guilty of that before, where you find yourself doing things that you shouldn't be doing, okay? And to manage your time effectively, you must be disciplined, okay? It takes discipline to prioritize your day, okay? Especially if you work full time. All of us work full time, not all of us, but a lot of us have a full-time job. Maybe you have a significant other, maybe you have kids. So your life is pulled. Maybe you're a college student, you have a lot on your plate. All of us have certain things we have certain commitments, okay, that are a priority in our life. So we gotta make sure we take care of them. Significant other, child, 2, 3 children, certain things you're responsible for in the house, okay. But beyond that, we have to learn how to manage our time effectively if we want to fulfill our destiny, okay. Whether it's in addition to all those things, you still got to learn how to manage your time because that's important. Some people are very professional procrastinators. Some people, procrastination has to do with time. It has to do with poor time management, okay? So there's some things that we should do. We should have did yesterday. We should have did 2 months ago. We should have did last year, and it's not done. So we haven't managed our time. So that's number one, okay? You must be a good steward of your time, all right? And I could expound on this a little more, but for the sake of time, I gotta move on. I gotta be disciplined, So number 2 is you must be a good steward of your energy and focus. You must be a good steward of your energy and focus, okay? Some people, again, great, they're gifted, talented, but they lack the focus of doing something long enough until it comes to fruition. So they're doing this and they're doing that. They're distracted, okay? In order to reach your goals, in order to fulfill your destiny, okay, you must maintain a level of focus, okay? Because if you don't, okay, you'll find yourself doing things that you shouldn't. Or you'll find yourself writing 10 books and none of them have been published. You'll find yourself, you've done a lot of things, okay, but none of them have materialized. So you've started a lot of things, but never completed it. Why? Because you didn't stay focused long enough, okay? Stay focused long enough on that one thing. Sometimes, okay, some people are gifted to do a lot of different things, like me, okay? I can do it. There's a lot of things I'm gifted to do. I'm talented to do, I have the ability to do, okay? But I found there are certain seasons where I just need to hone in on one thing. And that season might be a year. The season could be 1 month. But sometimes you need to give your undivided attention to that one thing until it blossoms, okay? Because whatever you focus on will expand. Whatever you focus on will expand. So the more you focus on it, the more you give your energy to it, you're gonna find connection with people, okay? You're gonna attract relationships. You're gonna attract money. You're gonna attract right opportunities because you're focused, okay? Your energy is there. And things will come to you, okay, en route. All right, so make sure you give it your undivided attention. I'm not saying that, you should never do other things. I'm not saying that, but I think there are certain seasons where you need to dial in, okay? That's number 2. And maybe on another podcast, maybe I'll expound on these a little more, spend more time, but I want to give you all 3 today. So number 3 is, drum roll please. Okay. Number 3 is your talent. You must be a good steward of your talent, okay? And what that means is it's up to you, okay? There are some people I know I play with when it comes to basketball. I play with a lot of great players. I play with players who are really talented, but I've also played with players who never reached their full potential. Very talented, okay, but they didn't reach their full potential. They forfeited the opportunities they had. I'm sure you know people like that. There are people I play with in high school, played against in high school. They just had natural ability. But you know what? They never did anything with it. Maybe the street life, they got caught up in the street life. Maybe they didn't have the discipline, or they didn't have the focus. They didn't have the focus, okay, to develop it. You're responsible, not God, you're responsible for that. Your talent, you gotta be a good steward of your talent. And what is some ways you can be a good steward, okay? Number 1, you have to put in the time, the practice, and the effort to improve and get better. That's on you, okay? You gotta put in the time to get better, to improve, to do the hard work behind the scenes, okay? And that's referring to, obviously, a sport, but your talent, your gift may be something else. If it is, you gotta put in the time to study, okay? And now we live in this information age. You can go to the internet. Back when I was a kid, you had to go to the library. You had to have encyclopedias. I know I'm dating myself, but some of you guys are listening. You know what I'm talking about. Back in the day, you had to, you didn't have easy access to gain information and knowledge. There's no excuse now, okay? So you have to study. You gotta surround yourself with people who are going your direction and get away from those who are going the other direction, okay? You have to, those who have been where you're going, study their lifestyle. These are ways that you be a good steward of your talent, okay? It's up to you to see it come to pass, okay? When you wake up every day, you have a choice to make, okay? You have a choice to make, which involves the 3 areas of stewardship. Your time, when you wake up, okay? You've been given 24 hours. What are you gonna do with it? You got the paintbrush, okay? You have the blank picture, the blank page, okay? You have the paintbrush, you have the different colors. What are you gonna do with those 24 hours? God has given you the paintbrush. Okay? Are you going to stay focused? Are you going to paint on this page and then start another page and then start another page? That's lack of focus. That's being distracted. Okay? And lastly, the talent. Are you going to find maybe someone else who's been where you're trying to go? Are you going to do some research to find out how should you draw? What angle should you take? What are some resources you need? That's on you, okay, to develop your talent. All right? And I'm speaking to leaders and mentors out there. It's on you. All right, so hope this was good for you. Oh, man, this was good for me. I learned a lot, too, from my podcast as well. These are things that I'm taking into practice. You know, I'm not perfect, but these are things that whenever I share, it's things that I've actually put into practice myself, or I'm actually learning and trying to incorporate in my lifestyle. All right, so thank you again. Leave me some comments. You know, let me know, what you think. Don't forget to go to my website, jarmanintl.com. You know, go to my YouTube page. Subscribe to our YouTube page, and just give me some feedback. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and you have a great weekend. And always remember, you're destined for greatness. See you next week.